Hi my Starseeds, welcome to my channel Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So anybody's intended to this reading, just so you know. I'm going to be labeling it probably my Lemurian reading. It's going to be with Beyond Lemuria. Now I've used this deck before in a lot of my Starseed readings, but I've been feeling guided to labeling some of my readings differently, as I've been told that I'm doing my channel differently now. So I'm doing a lot of different types and style readings, right? So they wanted me to tell you a little bit about this, right? So welcome to the realm of Lemuria, a magical place infused with the abundance of life force energy, fertile lands, lush rainforests, crystalline waterfalls, and beings who so gracefully dance with the tides of nature and the ebb and flow of life. There is no sacredcy, as all that is required can be created at will. In essence, Lemuria is an elevated state of being, a dreaming that sees beyond the dreams. Very beautiful. And I've been talking a lot about, like, a lot of you have been realizing how to temper and set your energy and have been starting to get into manifestation energies and starting to realize that you're literally manifesting your life's desires and your dreams, and you're blocking out these people that have been in fact blocking you, right? So it's very beautiful. That I wanted to get some cards from this deck. I've always associated along with the Starseeds, because a lot of us Starseeds here seeding the light, we're here in the beginning of times, and I do believe a lot of us that were here in the beginning were a lot of different ancient civilizations from all over the galaxy, right? So it's very beautiful. I guess I won't get too much into that, but I wanted to tell you that as I was just quickly going through the introduction, the book, like, I was seeing Reiki healings. A lot of you could be getting into Reiki. It could be Reiki masters, things like that. I've been getting a lot of guided to a lot of messages that a lot of you are going to be awakening to these abilities and gifts. And then they brought Mount Shasta to my attention too, and I was researching that a couple weeks back about how significant it is, and it's a very important vortex here on Earth, and that there's a lot of activations that can happen, and a lot of us Starseeds here, we are carriers of the light, and we've got a lot of ancient codings within. A lot of the crystalline codes have been coming through the portals, and the gateways have been activating these codings, and a lot of us are being called to kind of move around and travel. So if you're being called to go certain places, like I literally got like uplifted from my home, I feel, to start to travel, to really be pushed into what I'm supposed to be doing. So I am in transition on the move at this time, but we're really being called to travel and go to different places. And by doing that, we're carrying this DNA within us that's running through within us, and we can activate things within, and it's also activating things within the planet and within us. And cellular memory is happening. So a lot of you, by going places, is activating things within you that are triggering memories, right? Now you hear about where you trigger memories within the mind, but cellular memory is where, by an action that you may be doing, it's going to be triggering something. It's like, for some of you, all of a sudden you may start moving like your hands in a certain way, and it's bringing back memories of certain type of Reiki healing that you were doing, and things like that. So that's a significant message for some of you. So if you feel guided to my channel, as you are for a reason, definitely subscribe. It's free to do so. Catch whatever reading you guys feel guided to, as sources actually singling out a lot of different types of readings and styles that I'm doing. And I've been told that my readings alone can activate, awaken, and align to you. So they've been guiding me for the last 3 days to get into all of my Starseed decks, and I was told to do each of them individually. So we're starting with the Beyond Lemuria deck. I'm going to be doing my Lyran, Starseed, the Rose Oracle. I've got a lot of other decks, but those are just the 4 that I've pulled right away. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through today, but we're starting with this Beyond Lemuria deck. So some of you could you could be from literally Lemurian times, okay? Or you could have, you could be having, you're connecting with energies, because a lot of us are being direct channels of galactic realm families, our star families, the ancient gods and goddesses. We're embodying that energy. I've been seeing some of the other readers picking that up too, that a lot of us are awakening these inner gods and goddesses within us. Some of us are literally incarnations of these ancient god and goddesses. Some of us have royal bloodlines where we are literally descendants from these ancient gods and goddesses, right? And so very powerful. Some of you could be getting the awakening to realizing that you are very much from a royal lineage. Others of you, you're just have such strong psychic abilities and gifts that you're able to channel the messages and the energies from these ancient gods and goddesses. So you are here, you're just, to me, you're just as powerful, right? But see, you're having to really prove yourself. To me, the starseeds that are channeling these energies from the gods and goddesses, you really have a lot of stuff to prove. It's like you have very, very maybe long, drawn out or big initiations where you're really going to have to show that you can control your energy field, that you really can temperance out your energy. So if you are going to have access to God power energy, that you're not going to misuse or abuse it, right? Because for those of us that are from royal lineages and our descendants here, it's like we know that our power it is so strong, but also like we get severely punished when we misuse our power, our abilities and gifts. So it's like we've known from a very young age not to misuse those. It's just we've seen that we're punished a lot more significantly, even for the littlest things, because we have this power, because we know the spiritual laws, the rules, all of that. It's instilled upon us that we know. For others of you, it's just like you're learning, right? So you have a little bit more leeway, I guess, a little bit more. You get to play a little bit more with it, but like I said before, you can have full access to your power. You have very big initiations and things to prove yourself. So for a lot of you, like you literally, the devil gets to have access to you a lot just for you to prove yourself, right? So for some of you, if you're wondering why you're under so much attack and having all these energies around you, some of you may be feeling like, why is God letting all this surround me? Like if you're a person that's of love and light, but you have all these toxic energies surrounding you and all this chaos and all of this, and you're like, why do I have all of this around me? Like literally, like I'm a good person. I bring love and light to this world. I'm not a chaotic person. I'm not filled with drama. Why do I have all of this going on around me? Then that's why. You have all of it around you because you are able to transmute that energy. You are a god and goddess, and you have that power within you. You transmute that energy at will. You get to manifest things at will. You get to use that energy and flip it when you're able to temperance that energy. That energy is coming to you because that's the enemy. The enemy knows who you are before you even know who you are. So it's a very unique thing when you have all this coming at you because you're like, why am I like a magnet? You need to realize that you are, because the enemy knows who you are. And you're getting tested. And you got to not let that enemy affect your energy frequency and your level. So people trying to start drama with you, people bringing things to your attention, people breaking things, people doing that. Because a lot of the things you get tested with are like the material. Like you could literally be having everything taken away from you. The devil try to take everything away from you. Like, are you about the material? Or are you about the physical? Are you about the spiritual? Like, what are you about? Like, the devil tries to manipulate you with money, material things, the mouth, the words, the mind. Devil can only have your mind. Devil can't have your soul. Devil will never have your soul unless you give it to him. So, anyways, this is a lot of these are tests that are happening at this time. A lot of you are passing these tests. So these things I was hearing in my last reading are going to be fizzling out, falling apart, and you're stepping into this rapid time of manifestation abilities, right? So yes, if you have all this chaotic energy around you and that ain't who you are, it's because you're a very powerful individual. You need to know that. So like I said, you either are an incarnation of an ancient god or goddess, or you're tapping into those energies and you're bringing it down here. So that's very beautiful. All right, so let's get into some cards now. So if you are guided to this reading, you definitely need to check out my last reading that I did. I don't have a title on it yet. I just put Starseed download and Power of Love reading. I've done 2 already. So they'll be somewhere in the title. So if you want to take a look at those, as this is the same energy, right? I was just told to label them differently because for some of you, you won't be guided to the other readings, and that's fine. They just wanted you to see this one. For others of you, you're going to be guided to those, and if you are, this energy is all building off of each other, okay? All right, so let's see what messages are coming out from beyond Lemuria. All right, Source. Beyond Lemuria. Shine your light. Look at that. Right there is how you're going to outshine these demons. When you have people trying to bring you down. And in fact, they realize that they can't bring you down. Oh my gosh, that's how you destroy them. And I was talking about this too in the last reading, is that people can't handle, okay, we're going to leave it there. People cannot handle your light. Your light irritates their demons. So it's like people can only be around your energy for so long. When they realize they can't bring you down, that's what we've ever noticed, that if somebody wants to fight with you, when you sit there fighting and argue with them, they keep on, they keep on, they keep on. But that same person comes at you and like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, I'm really going to send you healing. You need some love and light. You need some healing. Do you want to talk about what's really going on with you? And you're sincere. They get all mad and they walk away from you. Like, you're crazy. And they may even say those things to you, but if you notice, it's them walking away. That's what I mean. That's you shining your light. That is you sending them love and light. That is you doing that and them knowing that, no, they're not going to penetrate your body, get into you, get into your mind, manipulate and control you. The enemy is weaker than the light and love and this God energy. God is stronger. So the enemy is the one that's running away. They can't handle this when you are in your power. And this is so beautiful because I was reading about the beginning of the book here. The core of creation, the sacral chakra. Look at that beautiful sun energy. And talking about the sun as, you know, the big sun energy, the sun, how powerful is the source energy, right? And we have that within us. Within our sacral, our solar plexus, we have this beautiful, this powerful energy, this light within us. You guys are using that energy. You are connecting with source power, God power. You are shining bright. You are creating what you desire. You are living life for you and not for others. That is when you embody this God power energy. That is when you embody this Christ consciousness energy, is when you're in this power and control of your own life and you're not letting others deter you. You're not letting others affect your life. It's like if you want to do something, you do it. You don't look for validation. You don't let what others say affect you. You may ask them how they feel, but you know, to be nice, things like that, but you're living life for you. Core of creation. So you're realizing your power. A lot of you are waking up to your power. You're starting to manifest things by getting in this very creative energy of taking action, charge, and control over your life. So we got vulnerability here and balanced forces. This is very beautiful. You guys are learning how to temperance out, like I was saying, those energies. You are balancing out your divine feminine and your divine masculine energies. So you're learning how to have humility. You're learning how to have peace, compassion, and all of that, but also authority and action. So it's like, say you're being being peaceful. Like, say that same situation where I said you're saying love and light to that person. And maybe they don't walk away. Maybe instead they just keep being disrespectful. So maybe then you stand up and you say, well, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're not going to disrespect me or have access to my energy any longer. So I'm walking away from you. And you walk away. You know, for you creating those boundaries and things like that. But you walk away peacefully and graciously, right? Knowing that, you know, yeah, you tried to send love and light, didn't work. Now you're walking away. Now you're not letting them have access to you. Maybe for some of you, you need to physically go and block them or move away or let go or whatever that may be, right? But you're learning to have that masculine energy of taking action, charge of control of your life, authority, and still having compassion and things like that. So you're balancing those out. And by you doing that, a lot of you are attracting counterpart energies. You're attracting things it's just so beautiful when you're balancing out these energies, right? And we have vulnerability here too. Okay, so that's right in the middle of that vulnerability. Like I said, a lot of you are going through healing at this time. Let's see what the vulnerability message is. So 56. Interesting, which is a 10. So that's breaking thing. That's a completion. And then it's starting over. So maybe for some of you, you needed to get vulnerable to feel situations to get strong, right? So this is where you get your real strength by holding space, healing past wounds, accepting yourself as you are, sharing from the depths of your heart, raw truth, compassion for others, and removing your armor. And that's what I was feeling too. Is that for some of you, I was going to say that this masculine energy, for some of you, you've been in this fight mode for such a long time that you've been creating boundaries and distance. And maybe for some of you, you've been cutting people off for a long time. You've been distancing yourself and all of that. And you've been kind of in this fight mode. Well, Source, God, Divine, they want you to know that you don't need to be in that energy anymore. Okay, you need to take the armor off. You need to relax. You need to heal. You need to pull back out that femininity, that divine feminine energy. You need to start to be in love and light. You don't have to be putting up this fight. A lot of these enemies and these blockages and these things have been removed. You're in this energy of being in this fight mode that it's time to let the love and the light and that side back out. That it's okay to be vulnerable at this time because you're so used to being in a constant battle, and you've gained that armor, that strength, right? It's kind of like maybe you were fighting before, you didn't have a sword because you couldn't communicate and express yourself, and now you've went out and you've expressed yourself, and now you still have that sword, but you don't need to have it up in the air anymore. You can put it down. You still have it because you've earned it, right? And you've proven yourself and you have that sword. But now those same people aren't going to come at you because you've already shown that sword. Now you can still have that sword, but you don't need to have it up in the air, right? So this is where this energy I was feeling, where you're pulling out that divine feminine, and that 1707 as I say that. And that's why I feel like there's this major heart healing. Source is trying to bring in peace and harmony and getting you to realize that, yes, you were in such a battle and a fight. And that's why I feel a lot of you got divine intervention. I feel a lot of you were divinely guided away. I think Source was seeing a lot of the battle and conflict that was going on. And a lot of you were literally removed. Could have been physically, emotionally, both. Sometimes you'll have things that will fall apart, right? That'll dissolve, right? To eliminate these things. Sometimes God has to, or God, divine source, they have to step in and they have to cause tower moments. They have to take things away from you if people were attached to them. Sometimes there's attachments to things and to people, right? Sometimes people embody these devil energies and these people have these attachments. And the only way to get those attachments away from you by not letting the devil have access to you is to remove them. So for some of you, you literally had to have physical people removed from you. For some of you, it could have been physical things. It's like if people were taking advantage of you, if people were using you for like money, materialistic things. Well, if God, divine source, took those things away from you and those people left, that shows you right there that they were after you for your material possessions, right? So by you not having those things anymore, they don't have access to, they can't use you. For others of you, like they had to be taken away from you for you to be realigned with something more for you. And for others, like it could have been multiple things too. Some of you, there could have been tests too. Some people could have been getting tests. Were they going to stay with you through these losses? Right? So there's a lot of times there's a lot of things going on sometimes that you don't see, that you're unaware of what's going on, right? Wow, that's very powerful. So yeah, vulnerability, removing your armor. So okay, let me give the reading of the card, and then we're going to close out this reading. 1909 I just seen, and 1911. So this could definitely be angel messages that you may want to take a look at, and you can feel guided to whatever readings you guys feel guided to. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a Lyran Oracle next. And I'm going to be getting the realm readings too. I've called in all the realms that have also been protecting and helping and guiding, and a lot of them very powerful messages coming across from the fairy realm, the elementals, the dragons, unicorns. So I've got decks for all of those. and I'm going to be doing a lot of individual different readings over the next few days. So if you want to get notifications on when I do my uploads, then click the subscribe and then the notification bell with the all button, and you'll get all the notifications. All right, guys, so be vulnerable with yourself or others, or both, right? It may also be time to step into the role of healer and hold space. Holding space means being fully present, without judgment, in a way that provides a safe and nurturing environment. In this place, guards can be dropped and a deeper level of awareness relating can unfold. Embedding unconditional love and acceptance allows for our vulnerabilities to be expressed, for the core of a disease to be discovered, and for profound healing to take place. Wow. All right. Love and light to all of you. Bye.